With the Senate going out of going to recess for the next month or so, they have in fact pushed through a couple of bills and nominations that were big. The first one, of course, is the funding bill, which, while not doing anything radical, the main thing about it is that it does push the national debt down the line. It continues federal agency funding at the level that it already was, and adds a couple of other stimulations within certain oversights and transfer restrictions. The biggest one that you could potentially see people complaining about is that it leaves out the funding for the Trump-class battleship initiative. That'll be really interesting to see how that comes into play when the House takes a look at it, because they are two different bills. And so the House will need to take a look at it in addition to potentially modifying things. So this is not a final bill. This is just the one that the Senate has passed before it goes into recess. In addition, the Senate has also pushed through the confirmation for Attorney General Tom Blanche that barely made it through by the skin of its teeth, just over that 51 vote threshold. What is this going to mean for the parties going forward, for the DOJ itself? I think you're potentially going to see a more active DOJ heading forward. This is on the heels of Pam Bondi being moved. I think this is something that President Trump wanted to do due to the fact that she's bungled a few cases and hosed up the Epstein files release. I think this is something that President Trump wants to do to try to reset the DOJ, get it back on its feet to potentially continue prosecutions, continuing cases against certain events, continue investigating things such as the Biden auto pen. So I think this is going to be a really interesting situation to monitor. I don't think this is going to have much effect on midterms. I know that previously I've stated something along those lines, but I don't think this is going to have much of an effect on the midterm elections. I think this is just going to be a pick that goes through. I don't think anybody can really play on this at all. So I think that is going to be very interesting to see heading forward, though, what the new DOJ does. In addition, the Senate has passed a sanctions bill on Russia and Iran. Some saying that this is in honor of the late Lindsey Graham. This bill is sanctioning certain oil, putting tariffs on countries with certain oil that uses oil from Russia and Iran. I think this is something that is definitely going to be needed, considering the wars that are currently being waged by both countries. It is, yes. But that is what we have for the Senate in the past couple of days. If you enjoyed this quick little news update, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I do more in depth on certain topics, but right now we're just trying to do a quick overview. But thank you so much for watching, and peace.